Hi everyone, this is Mr. Castro speaking, and I am recording this video for my students at San Cedar High. So we are now more than 1 month into the new semester, and I've noticed that some of you guys are doing really well with distance learning so far, which is awesome. Some of you guys are doing okay. Maybe you're behind in a few assignments, but you can easily catch up. And I've noticed that some students are really far behind and have a lot of missing work. So I'm going to teach you guys how to organize your time better by using this digital planner. Whether you're far behind or you're not too far behind, or even if you're fully caught up, this will help a lot of you guys. So here's a short video that we're gonna watch, and it's going to give us some tips for online success. So before I even start teaching you guys how to use the digital planner, let's go ahead and take a moment to watch this video.
Oh, hey guys, struggling with online learning? Me too. What are some common issues for students? Well, first, I can't get organized. Second, I'm overwhelmed. Third, I keep getting distracted. I'm tired and I'm getting frustrated. Don't worry, these things are normal. Okay, people, does this guy look like you? Are you thinking, what's for lunch? Yeah, Mom, I did it all. Probably got an A. 1,000 deadlines. Should probably call a friend and complain for an hour. Okay, but seriously, what's a Padlet? To be honest, I don't totally know what a Padlet is. So first, breathe. Okay, before I give you any advice, I need you to do one thing for me. Stay positive. Tell yourself these 3 things. Number 1, I can do this. Number 2, I am resilient. And number 3, I will learn how. If you stay open-minded, this whole process will be that much easier. First thing, create a workspace. Choose one spot that will be your school. Next, make sure it is quiet or use noise-canceling headphones to help you out. Also, really good idea, make sure it's well lit. Sit by a window, or alternatively, make sure you have a lamp. All right, workspace do's. Set your school hours. Anytime works, but remember important tests and quizzes. Move around. Do some jumping jacks, dance to one song once an hour. Take breaks. Your eyes and your body need frequent breaks. Let's call this recess. And lastly, make to-do lists. Feels great to cross things off and shows your progress. So now for some workspace don'ts. Don't have your phone near you. Use it during breaks. This will help reduce distraction. Don't leave everything until the last minute. It just doesn't make sense. Don't work all day long. Set your day. Don't do the extra things until you're done all your mandatory work first. What else? Here's some tips. 1, get up at a set time. Don't stay up late. 2, read instructions very carefully, maybe even twice. 3, ask your teachers questions right away. Don't wait. 4, participate online every day. And 5, communicate if you're struggling and be honest. Once you're done, it's time to have fun. How can you do this? Play with your pet, work on some art, read a book, go outside with your family. Help cook a meal, but make sure you get permission. Stretch, call a friend to talk about your day. Have a dance party, that's my favorite. Relax and meditate. That's it, wasn't so bad. Your teacher's here to help. Remember, we're in this together.
So one of the tips mentioned in this short video that we just finished watching is to plan your day. Another tip was to make a to-do list. So we're going to learn how to use this digital planner to make a daily agenda. And you have a copy of this in Google Classroom. So you want to make sure you save your copy of this digital planner on your browser, which I'll show you guys how to do that towards the end of this presentation. So on the next slide, which you're able to edit on your own copy, you have this template for a daily agenda. And on this daily agenda, you want to add 3 things. You want to add today's date on the top left. You want to add everything you need to do today on that big sticky note on the middle of this slide. And at the very bottom, you have section for self-care. So you want to add at least one self-care activity that you hope to do today, because you want to make sure you're balancing your time. You don't want to just focus on school, school, school all day, because then you'll just over stress yourself. So you want to make sure that you are doing something towards the end of the day or earlier in the day if you have time to take care of yourself. So to make a copy of that template, you want to right click on the daily agenda template, which is slide number 7 of your presentation. So once you right click on slide number 7, you are going to left click on where it says duplicate slide. And then you'll have your own copy. So that copy will appear on slide number 8. So on slide number 8, you want to fill it in just like this example. So on the top left, you want to add today's date, and then add your to-do list for the day. So for example, let's say today is A schedule and you have periods 1, 2, and 3. So you want to add your Google Meet sessions for periods 1, 2, and 3. As soon as your teachers for those classes give you classwork, you want to add that to your to-do list. If you're missing classwork, you want to also add that to your to-do list. And if you're far behind in classwork, here's a tip. You probably won't be able to make up all your missing assignments in one day, but what you should do is add at least one missing assignment to your daily agenda each day until you catch up. So instead of trying to make everything all up at the same time, you can make up one missing assignment per day until you fully catch up. If you have anything else you'd like to add to your to-do list, for example, maybe you need to clean your workspace if it's gotten a little bit messy and disorganized, that's something you can also add to your to-do list. And once again, at the very bottom of this page, you want to add at least one self-care activity. As you go through your day and as you complete each item on your to-do list, you want to highlight each item in a dark color. The reason why you want to highlight the item with a dark color is because a bright color such as yellow or pink grabs attention. And if you're finished with a task, it no longer requires your attention. So you want to get it out of the way with a dark color. And let me show you how to do that on your slide. So right here, let's say that we finish our period 1 Google Meet. You want to highlight that with your mouse. And then near the top of the screen, near the top right, next to the letter A, you have the highlight icon. So you want to click on that and pick a dark color and see how it highlights. So you'll do this until you're finished with everything on your to-do list. Next, we're going to learn about something called the Pomodoro Technique. So in order to be able to be more productive, a lot of people use this technique to focus better. So it's going to take a moment to watch this short explanation. And then after watching the video, I'll give you guys an example of how to apply the Pomodoro Technique to your online schooling.
So, if you're the kind of person that wants to learn things faster or finish a day's work in 2 to 3 hours, then this video might actually help you. I know I was a slow learner and it took me 3 years to be below average at playing guitar. 3 whole years when I could have been there in 1/3 of the time. I really enjoy learning new stuff, so I had to change my approach. After a few weeks of searching, I've encountered an idea that really helped me to go crazy fast through the learning curve. I used it to learn programming. And literally, I was amazed. I was confident in Android and finished my first freelance project in just 4 months. When I think back, I'm so glad that I stumbled upon the concept, because I would have wasted 12 months for something I've learned in 4. So what helped me is the Pomodoro Technique. It was invented in the early 90s by Francesco Cirillo. It was named after the kitchen timer, shaped like a tomato, he used to track his work as a university student. And it goes like this. First, pick something you want to work on. Set a timer for 25 minutes and focus extremely hard on the task you are working on. If a distraction pops in your head, write it down on a piece of paper and get back on the task immediately. After the timer rings, take a 5-minute break. That is 1 Pomodoro session. After 4 Pomodoro sessions, take a longer break of 20 to 30 minutes. and repeat the process. It sounds simple, but the key part is that you must be extremely focused during the session. No phone, no Facebook, nothing. Our brain tends to be very effective at remembering and connecting information when we're extremely focused. This dates back to our ancestors. They had to pay attention when a predator was nearby. It was a life or death situation. When they focused, the brain worked really hard to collect all the information and store it, so in the future the encounter would likely to be in their favor. But in today's world, so many of us just lost the ability to focus. Yes, I did spend an hour a day on the guitar, but I also checked Facebook, watched 3 different covers of the same song on YouTube, and practiced in those 60 minutes. So my brain thought it was nothing important, and I got the mediocre results I had. When I implemented the concept to learn coding, my daily schedule was 12 Pomodoro sessions, each 25 minutes long and 5 minutes of rest in between. After 4 Pomodoros, I would take a longer break of 20 minutes. I was skeptical at first if this would even work, but after 4 weeks, I was amazed how much stuff I learned. I've never been so productive in my entire life, and it also helped me to overcome the procrastination I was facing, because I didn't thought about the number of hours I need to lock myself in and study. Instead, I had to finish just 1 Pomodoro session at a time. You can use the Pomodoro technique to virtually anything, whether it be learning something new, practicing an instrument, studying for college. I literally use it at this moment while writing the script. Instead of spending 6 or 7 hours of diffused work and spend my entire day writing a script, I just do 4 Pomodoro sessions and I get the same amount of work done. Don't be like the old me and spend 3 years for something that can be done in 6 months. It's not about how much time you spend, but how effectively you spend your time that matters. So now that you're familiar with the concept, it's up to you whether or not you will actually test it on yourself or just click away in the next video. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.
So as mentioned in this video, the Pomodoro technique is all about focusing on a specific task and taking breaks every now and then. So here's an example of how to use the Pomodoro technique. You want to minimize distractions by focusing on your task in 25-minute sessions. So for example, let's say you attend your period 1 Google Meet, and then after attending the class, you take a 5-minute break. Following the 5-minute break, you spend 25 minutes on classwork. During the 25 minutes, you want to extremely focus on your classwork. If a distraction pops into your head, for example, maybe you suddenly remember, oh, I need to reply to Estella's text message. You can write that down in your daily agenda or on a sheet of paper and get back to that maybe during your 5-minute break or later on. But once you write that down, you go directly back to your classwork. After your 25 minutes of classwork, you take another 5-minute break. After that 5-minute break, you continue working on your classwork. And then you take another 5-minute break and then move on to your period 2 Google Meet. One tip to help you guys focus more during a Pomodoro session is to put your phone in airplane mode. That way you're not distracted by notifications on your phone. You can also put your phone on silent and put that far away from you so you're not distracted by notifications. Here are some self-care ideas. So remember, on your daily agenda, you want to add at least 1 self-care activity each day. And if you need some help on how to maybe exercise or meditate or do some of these activities, if you look at the bottom of the slide, you have a link to a web page, and there are some short videos on there on how to meditate, some exercise ideas, etc. So you can use that later to help you carry out some of these ideas. So next, I want to show you guys how to organize your browser. If you organize everything that you need, mainly your classrooms and your digital planner, that'll help you guys a lot. So to get started, you want to open a Google Chrome browser. On the bookmarks bar of your browser, you want to right-click on that. So on the left side of this slide, see where that red arrow is pointing at? You want to right-click right there. And then once that little window pops up, you want to left-click on where it says Add Folder. If you do not see the bookmarks bar on your browser, just look at the instructions on the right side of the slide for step-by-step instructions on how to show your bookmarks bar. So once you click on Add Folder, you are going to name that new folder Classrooms. Right below where you type Classrooms, you want to make sure that the bookmarks bar is selected, And then lastly, click on that blue save button at the very bottom. Next, once you have the classrooms folder on your bookmarks bar, you're going to open up your first period class on Google Classroom. And once you're in your first period class on Google Classroom, you're going to right click on the classrooms folder and then left click on where it says add page. Name that bookmark period 1, click on save, and then just simply follow the same process for your other classes. So next you're going to log into your period 2 class, right click on the classrooms folder, left click on add page, name it period 2, click on save. So you'll follow this process for all your classes, and once you're finished, you'll have all your classes, periods 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in your classrooms folder. And now you'll have a much faster way to access each classroom. One more thing you want to save on your bookmarks bar is this digital planner. So to save this digital planner on your bookmarks bar, just right click on the bookmarks bar and left click on where it says add page. Next, you want to name the page digital planner and then click on the blue save button. And then you'll see that digital planner right there in your bookmarks bar right next to the classrooms folder. So now you can access your digital planner each day. So every morning before you start your first class of the day, you want to open up your digital planner and you want to go back to slide number 7, which is a template. You want to duplicate that slide following these instructions. So you're going to right click on slide number 7, left click on duplicate slide. And then you're going to create your daily agenda. And then as you proceed with your day, just add more items to your daily agenda. Make sure that as you complete each item, you cross it off by highlighting it in a dark color. And this helps you stay organized. And if there are some tasks that you do not finish for the day, for example, maybe you don't have enough time to complete one of the classwork assignments, you can move that onto your daily agenda for the following day and work on that the next day. Okay, so that's how to use this digital planner. Once again, this digital planner is available as a copy for you in Google Classroom. If you have any questions on how to use our digital planner, feel free to message me anytime. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and have a great day.